Hello everyone, I am Shreya Pramanik and today I'll be explaining the poem The Lost Wolf by Mary Tall Mountain. Before starting, if you are new to our channel, I request you to subscribe our channel to get the latest updates. The Lost Wolf by Mary Tall Mountain is a phenomenal poem. Here we'll see that there is a clash between the man and the animals. And because of this clash, one day both of them will be suffering. And a day will come which we can call the doomsday. The doomsday or the apocalypse day. What do you mean by this doomsday or apocalypse day is that it's the destruction day when everything will be destroyed and nothing will remain on this earth. So this is a very simple, introduction of this poem, The Last Wolf. So without wasting time, let's start. The last wolf hurried toward me through the ruined city, and I heard his baying echoes down the steep smashed wardens of Montgomery Street and past the few ruby-crowned high rises left standing, their lighted elevators useless. So this is the very first stanza of the poem. If you see, this poem is consisting of four stanza and each stanza has different number of lines. You can see in the last stanza there are only two lines, whereas in the second stanza there are so many lines, right? So there is no such kind of, you can tell, rhythm in this poem, and that is making it a free verse. I hope you know what's a free verse. If you don't know, it's for you. I'm telling it that a free verse is a kind of poetry that does not have any rhythm scheme. Okay, it's often written in a way that people speak in everyday life. For example, the last wolf hurried towards me through the ruined city, and I heard his baying echoes. So you can see between, means in these three lines, if you see the last words, me, city, echoes, there is no rhythm. For example, in most of the rhythmic poems, we can see that if the first word is, say, for hen, then in the second line, the last word can be rain. So you can see these are rhyming word, right? But here, these are not rhyming word. So this is a free verse. I hope you have understood it. Next, um, this is a introduction. Now let me just go into the poem. This poem needs a very good explanation, but this video has to be short, so that's why I'll be trying to explain everything very quickly. So I request you to stay with us and listen the entire video to get the detailed meaning of this very short poem. Okay. The last one hurried toward me through the ruined city, and I heard his baying echoes down the steep smashed warrens. What is it telling? That there, the city where the author or the girl lived has been ruined. What does this ruin shows? The ruin shows everything is destroyed, and this is showing the apocalypse. Got it? So the last wolf is hurrying towards me. It is coming towards me in a haste manner, in a quick manner. And I heard his baying echoes. I am the author. I am the last girl or I'm the last human being who is alive, and I can hear his baying echoes. Baying means howling. Wolf howl, we know the sound of wolf is howl. So baying means howling. Howling echoes I can hear. Down the steep smashed warrens of Montgomery Street. What does it mean? Warren is the meaning of a maze of building. That means we can see that if we go to a city, we can find so many small, small houses, right? Like this, you can see. Say for we are seeing the top view, so you can see small, big, different sizes of buildings through the upside, and that is looking like a maze means net. Okay, it's like a net of houses. It's like a, you know, warren means maze of building. So down the steeps, smashed means which are crushed, right? Totally crushed. The steeps houses, the steeps buildings, they are totally crushed of Montgomery Street. So what's the name of the street? It is Montgomery Street. It's a street, its name only. There's no meaning. And past the few ruby-crowned high-rises left standing, their lighted elevators useless. That means um, in that city there were not only small buildings. There are not only small buildings, but there are skyscrapers, as you can see in this picture, right? So skyscrapers means very high buildings. There's high rises. Ruby crowned high rises. Why ruby crowned? Is it crowned with ruby jewels? No, it's not like that. Um, you can see that in the sunset time. Okay, in the sunset time, when the sun is setting, so the sun looks like very red, like the the sun is red, and the sun light is also red, and that red light, it is falling on those tall buildings, those high rises. And maybe the high rises top are metallic. Most of us seen that the flats, the high rises, their topmost portion is too much shiny. So when the sunlight is falling on that topmost portion, it's looking like red, and that's why ruby crowned. So few ruby crowned high rises, they left standing. So everything is crushed. All the small houses, they are crushed, they are smashed, but a few ruby crowned high rises still left, and their lighted elevators useless. Elevators, we all know, it is a moving stair that can elevate you, right? That can elevate you. But right now, on the doomsday, on the apocalypse day, those lighted elevators, that means light is there. The elevators are there. There is electricity also, but those are useless. There are not a single person to use them. Everyone is dead. So that's the meaning that the lighted elevator is useless. We can tell that it also symbolizes one thing, that is elevator is used to upgrade things, but here ironically elevators are used to degrade us, right? So much artificiality, so much use of technology, and so much destruction of the nature, that the elevators which are used to upgrade us, they have been used ironically to degrade us. So here is, you know, the irony used. I hope this stanza is very much clear. And one more thing I would like to tell you, that here elevators, it is a figure of speech which is called synecdoche. Do you know what is synecdoche? Let me type it for you. Synecdoche. Synecdoche. I hope this writing is visible to you. Now, the question arises, what is synecdoche? Many of you may know it, but I'm telling it for those who don't know. So, synecdoche is a figure of speech or a literary device which which tells us about a part of something is used to represent the whole. A part of something is used to represent the whole, and vice versa. That means if I tell Mita has shown her wheel, Mita has shown her wheel. Now, wheel, we know that wheel is in vehicles, but here wheels can represent the entire vehicle, the entire car or entire vehicle. So that means wheel is a part of the vehicle, and it is used in this sentence to represent the entire vehicle. So these types of figure of speech is called synecdoche. So the lighted elevators. Elevators, we know elevator is a part of the human civilization, the artificial human civilization, the so-called modern human society, so-called modern human society. I'm again repeating. So the elevators are a part of the society, but in this case, the elevator is used to describe the entire society, and that's why we can call elevator as synecdoche. I hope you have got my point. If you have no doubt up to this, let's move to the next. Okay. Passing the flicking red and green of traffic signals, baying his way towards in the mystery of his wild loping gait. Passing the flicking red and green. Red and green of traffic signals. We have seen that traffic signals consist of three colors, red, green, and yellow. I hope you know it. But here yellow is missing, and the poet is focusing on red and green. There is a reason behind it. For that, you have to go to color psychology. So, red color, it stands for prosperity. Red color stands for prosperity. Red color also stands for danger, right? Now, green also stands for prosperity. Green, it's wealth. That's why the mother nature is represented by green, right? So it's wealth, it's prosperity, it's happiness. So green stands for these things. Now flicking. The word flicking means dim, which is dim. So the light signals, the traffic signals, those light are flicking, they are dimming, they are shivering, right? So the red and green, they are shivering. So red, which stands for prosperity, is dimming. Is dimming means the prosperity is lost somewhere. Red also stands for passion. So the passion is also lost. Green, prosperity, it is also lost because they are dim. They don't have that shine now. So it shows us a contrast between past and present. How? In the past, there were plenty of colors of red and green, but in the present, they are dimmed. So this shows a contrast, right? Next, being his way eastward in the mystery of his wild loping gait. Okay, so loping, wild means you all know wild, right? So loping means running with long, relaxed steps. Loping means somebody is walking but in a relaxed manner. And what's the meaning of gait? Gait means a pattern of walking. Pattern of walking, especially for wolf. Okay. So in the mystery of his wild loping gait, he is coming eastward. By its mystery, you will see one thing, that the wolf is coming to a woman, and the woman is also knowing that a certain animal, especially wolf, is coming to me. But think about a situation, that how can an animal and a person or a human being know each other, that one is coming to me, one is going away from me? How can one understand? So this is a mystery. So a sense of mystery is also there in this particular poem. And if you say the genre of this poem, then one of its genre will be mystery. Okay, it's tragedy as well as its mystery. So in the mystery of his wild loping gait, mystery, if you read the entire poem, you will come to know that the wolf is not only an animal here. The wolf is a spirit animal. What is a spirit animal? Spirit animal is such a concept It's not an Indian concept, but it's a concept which is specially of America, where um, the animal, an animal, it can be any animal, an animal is used to describe a human's characteristics. Say, for if I tell my spirit animal is wolf, that means whatever characteristics the wolf has, the wolf's characteristics are loyalty, family, friendship, then teamwork, protection, wildness, freedom, playfulness. All these characteristics are also there in me. And that's why wolf is my spirit animal. And a spirit animal, if we take the concept, so there comes a concept of mystery. So that's why the mystery of his wild looking gate. Okay. Close at the sounds in the deadly night through the clutter and rubble of quiet blocks. I heard his voice ascending the hill. So it's the deadly night. Deadly night is also a figure of speech. Okay. It's transferred epithet. Do you know what's the transferred epithet? Transferred epithet is a figure of speech which where adjective is placed beside a noun other than the one it is actually qualifying. That means it shifts the quality of a person to an inanimate object, the quality of an animate object or a human being into inanimate object. For example, he has spent a sleepless night. Sleepless night. So is the night really sleepless? Is no, night can't be sleepless. The person is sleepless. So that's why sleepless night is a transferred epithet. So similarly, deadly night. The night is not really deadly. The circumstances whichever are occurring the night, they are deadly. So the deadly circumstances here, deadly is transferred from circumstance to night. So that's why it's called transferred epithet. And epithet is another synonym for adjective. Okay. Okay. I hope up to that is clear. Now, through the clutter and rubble of quiet blocks. See the sentence clutter and rubble of quiet blocks. Quiet means it's calm, right? And rubble means broken stones and bricks from the ruined buildings. Okay, so clutter and rubble of quiet blocks. The blocks are not moving at all because everything is silent, right? I heard his voice ascending the hill, and at last his low whine as he came. Whine is also howling, means, or you can tell it's yell. It's similar to sound of wolf. Okay, and at last his low whine as he came, floor by empty floor to the room where I sat in my narrow bed looking west, waiting. I heard him snuffle at the door, and I watched. Snuffle means breathe noisily. Okay, breathe noisily. So the wolf is snuffling at the door. What is happening? That the little girl or the woman is hearing the voice of the wolf who is ascending the hill, and at last his low whine as he came. The low whine means the sound of the wolf as he came, floored by empty floor to the room where I sat. So the girl, the woman, uh, sat on a room, and there is none. That's why empty. Empty. This word here shows vacancy. Empty shows sadness. No, none is alive. So it's of the entire world is empty, right? So floor by empty, floor to the room where I sat. He is coming. The wolf is coming. In my narrow bed, looking west. So the bed is narrow. Actually, the bed is not narrow. The mind or the nature of the humans are narrow. So they are so narrow that today they have gone into the narrowness of their mind. Right? So narrow bed looking west, the woman is looking west, and the wolf is coming from the eastward direction. Waiting, I heard him snuffle at the door, and the woman is hearing the snuffle of the door, and I watched. What she watched? He trotted across the floor. He laid his long grey muzzle on the spare white spread, and his eyes burned yellow, and his small dotted eyebrows quivered. So the woman is watching the the wolf. He's trotting. He's trotting means he is coming one by one step so slowly. Trotting word we can tell like trotting, the lady is trotting. That means she is walking in a very slow and relaxed manner. Okay. He is trotting across the floor and he came near the bed of the woman and he laid his long grey muzzle. Muzzle is the nose and mouth of an animal. You can see if it's a wolf, then the nose and mouth portion is called muzzle. Okay. So long grey muzzle, the grey, according to color psychology, grey stands for deadliness, grey stands for lifelessness. And that's why here grey muzzle is used, not any other color, because there is no life in the wolf. It means that the wolf is mentally dead. Can you think of a situation when you don't have any relatives? So the wolf also does not have any relative. And his long grey muzzle he laid on the spare white spread. That means the bed cover where the woman sat was white, okay? And spare means thin. It was thin, it was white. White stands for isolation. Okay, white stands for isolation. That means the woman is totally isolated from the society. Actually, the human society is isolated from this entire universe. And his eyes burned yellow, his small dotted eyebrows quivered. His eyes, you can see if you see the eyes of an owl, it is yellow, right? Yellow means burning, it is burning. It burned yellow. Yellow stands for deceitfulness, cheat, illness, cowardice. The wolf is very much terrified because no one is alive, right? But his eyes are burning. His eyes are burning. Why? Why his eyes are burning, you know? Because the wolf is asking for the reply. He is asking a question. What is the question? That why the human society has destroyed the entire animal world, the entire mother nature? Why? So that's the question, and it's the burning question, it's a blazing question. His small dotted eyebrows quivered. Quivered means shivered. It was trembling out of fear. So dotted eyebrow, which is small, it was quivering. It was the wolf was very much terrified. Here, the wolf is not only an animal, it's not only a mere animal, but also it's a spirit animal. The woman spirit animal is like the woman spirit animal has come to her. Spirit animals means the woman herself is coming to her. It's a complex concept of spirit animal, that the woman, say for the soul of woman is talking to herself. The woman has come as the wolf herself, and she is trying to judge the works, the deeds of the entire human society. Here, wolf is also a part of Mother Nature. The wolf is also used as a synecdoche. See, it's a part of Mother Nature, and here the wolf is used to describe or to represent the entire Mother Nature. So it's a synecdoche too. Okay, so the wolf is not only an animal; it's a question before the society. Yes, I said I know what they have done, and the woman is telling that yes, I said means yes, I know what they have done. They means the human society. I know what they have done with you. They have destroyed you, and it's unforgivable. But you see here one quality of nature, that is to forgive, is shown. Sri Ramakrishna told life is all to give and forgive. If you can't forgive anyone, then your life is nothing. You are simply lost. So here, Mother Nature is forgiving the human society, and this poem, The Last Wolf, is also an agreement. It is a treaty, it's a peace treaty between the nature and the human society. That if the human starts to to destroy the nature, one day will come, it will be doomsday, when nothing will be there, nothing will be there to recover. So Mother Nature is giving us the chance that we should recover ourselves. And this poem is too much applicable in present day society, when everyone is destroying nature. We're cutting the trees, we're polluting the air, water and land, and day by day because of industrialization with too much artificial, and there is no chance, there is no place for naturality. So if this continues, this day we have to see just like the day we have seen in the last wolf. So guys, today up to this, I hope you have enjoyed this very small session where I tried my best to explain the poem, the phenomenal poem The Last Wolf by Mary Tall Mountain. If you like it, please hit the like button, subscribe my channel, and share the video to as many people as you can, so that they can also have a taste of this wonderful poem, and they can also uh, means help us to save Mother Nature. Thank you.